Uh, let's talk a little bit about last year, just kind of what you wanted to achieve with your first year here at St. Mary's.
Yeah, as a first-year coach, it was about setting the standard early and putting together the foundation for what we want this program to be over the next 10 years, because that's my plan, is to be here for at least 10 years. So I think we did a very good job in our first year laying the foundation, being competitive from moment one, and against every single team we played, pushing to get goals, and defending pretty hard. I think we need to get better in that, and we worked on that all spring. But I think the group last year got our message loud and clear, and I think they've done a good job of carrying that over to this year.
Speaking of carrying it over to this year, what are the things that you learned as a head coach in year one that you want to carry over into year two, and then vice versa? What are things that you learned that you don't want to do and kind of change as you move forward as a coach?
Yep, as a first-year coach, it's kind of like a first-year freshman player. You learn something new every single day. The game's moving faster than you remember it as a player. So I think I've learned to enjoy the moment a bit more, and pull my head up a bit instead of keeping my head down the whole time and just grinding and working. So I've started to enjoy the process a bit more. I think I've learned that a lot as a first-year coach. Also in our first year, learned to every game is huge, and we put ourselves in a position last year that probably 2 wins, maybe 3 more wins, and we're in the NCAA tournament. So, it gets the realization of one corner kick, one defensive mistake makes the difference between the NCAA tournament or not.
Looking at this year's team, 30 players on the roster this year. You only have 6 upperclassmen on this year's roster. How important are they going to be to the overall development of this year's team?
I think the biggest thing from the 6 is being leaders by example more than by their voice. 4 of those upperclassmen were here last year, and the other 2 I've coached before high school, so they know who we are and what we want. And I think the biggest thing for them is to be the example of training hard every day, which all of them do, and competing in every game and setting that example every moment, and just having the freshmen look at them and sophomores look at them and say, that's the way it's done. That's the biggest thing we want out of them, is be who they are. They're not vocal type kids, and we don't need them to be. We need them to just be the go-between between the staff and the players, and I think they've done a great job about that.
A lot of, 30 players. A lot of those, 2/3 of the roster is new players this year. You got 18 freshmen. How do you incorporate them into your program, and what do you expect them to contribute in year one?
Yeah, we expect them to contribute 2 things, and that's quality and effort. The quality part is up to us. It's our job to recruit quality. I think we've done that. And then the effort part is also up to us. We need to recruit kids that already compete and show them how to compete at the college level. And every kid we brought in is competitive. So it's allowed for a great training camp. First week and a half, they've gone to battle in every single drill. They've brought it every single day. We just got back from a retreat in St. Joseph's Camp out in Duncan Mills, Santa Rosa area, where we basically secluded them in cabins and woke up at 5:45 and did a beach workout and had them compete, and just no complaints, no nothing, no excuses, and they really went to war. And I think the team came together a lot more because they started to complete physical and soccer tasks together, while secluded from their families. All cell phones were told to be turned off. They weren't allowed any outside activities or anything like that. So I think they've done a good job, and I think it goes back to the leadership of the older players, even the sophomore group. They've got that message to the incoming class, basically saying, as long as all of us do it together, we can accomplish a lot of things.
So coming off that retreat, team's bonding, everybody's ready to play. First game on Saturday, exhibition game against Davis. Expectations for your team and what you want to achieve with this first game?
Yeah, I think they're pretty excited to play. After you play against just yourselves for 9-10 days, you're ready to play against someone in a different uniform. So I think they're very excited to play. I'm more curious than excited, because I think we're talented, but you just never know until they step on the field day one. And we'll work out the kinks. But the thing I like about this group is they do a very good job of problem solving. So if there's something that an issue comes up, they'll figure out ways to be successful. So our vision and goal for this weekend is to try some different combinations in the midfield, defense, and back line, and also start to set the standard of being successful in front of goal on both sides, scoring goals and defending goals. Our goal this Saturday is to pitch a shutout versus Davis, who's in one of the top 10 conferences in the country in the Big West, a team that won games last year. So that's our number one goal is to pitch a shutout, and along those lines is score goals.
Talk a little bit about Davis. You played him last year.
Mm-hmm.
St. Mary's had a pretty good track record against Davis in the past, although you went, I believe it was a 2-1 overtime game against Davis last year. Talk a little bit about Davis and what you expect from them this year.
Yeah, Davis, I mean, when you have a coach who's been at a place for over 15 years, I expect him to come in prepared. That's her big advantage over me as a coach, is she's been in college soccer for over 15 years. So, which is fun. It's a good early challenge for our kids to see what can we do versus probably a well-prepared team, a local rivalry, and exhibition game or not, that message still gets across to our players that you're playing a rival. Our job is to be successful versus teams in Northern California, the Bay Area, and WCC first. And that's a NorCal Bay Area team. So it should be very exciting. And I don't know what they're going to do, actually. But I think the one thing they will do is go to battle, and I expect us to be successful.
One last question. Looking at the season kind of outlook for the entire year, it's early.
Yep.
You haven't played a game yet. There's still, 3 months to go. But what is the goal for this team, and what do you want to see this team be able to achieve through the course of the season?
The goal for this team is to finish in the middle of the pack of the WCC, which they haven't done since I think 2005 or 4. That's the number one goal. Number 2 is get over 10 wins. Number 3 is continue to set the standard of success on the field and off the field. Our team's been over a 3.0 GPA as long as I've been here, National Academic Awards. But it's score goals and defend goals. We had 1 shutout last year, and that was University Pacific. Our goal is 7 this year. I think we have the goalkeeper in the back line to pitch 7 shutouts. And really we have to find the replacement for Jessica Minzuber. I mean, she won games for us, she scored goals, and I don't think right now we have another Jessica Minzuber, but we do have 4 or 5 kids that can each score 4 to 5 goals this year, which, we'll do it by committee this year, which I think will make us more dangerous because now they'll have to mark 3 or 4 kids. But our goal is to keep them coming together as a unit and grow up early. I mean, we're going to have freshmen in games on a Friday night in SEC land, and their job is to defend hard and to score goals. But I think this group is very excited. The coaching staff's excited. I think the coaching staff is united. I think we're ready to just get after it every game and battle through adversity and tough losses and big wins and really get after it from moment one.
Kai, thank you.
No problem.